Welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. Yes, you have not been living under a tiny rock with an odd-shaped tetherball look. Bank of America has made another statement against HASBRO. We're not going to go into Magic 30, HASBRO, Chris Cox, Fireside Chat, Dr. Cox, Cynthia Williams, reading Magic the Gathering on Wikipedia. We're not going to go into that today. I'm here to tell you all, Bank of America appears to be doubling down. The analyst who follows HASBRO stock appears to be doubling down, stating that HASBRO stock could drop another 30%, almost a third of the value. That would put HASBRO stock from probably 60 to 40s, 40 bucks, 38 to 42 range. Let's just call it 40. Okay, I want to address and give you all the Rudy opinion on this. Yes, it's possible. Yes, I do own a pretty large position of, I think I still have around, it's 4,000 shares-ish. I still own them. I haven't added to my position, haven't sold. Honestly, you got to do your own research because I wouldn't take advice from me because I own the shares and I've just lost my ass. So clearly I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, and I'm also a cat on Wednesdays and I get $6 haircuts with a coupon once every 6.5 years. So Bank of America thinks that Wizards and HASBRO and Dr. Cox, Cynthia Williams running it, it still remains so disconnected. And B of A thinks that Cynthia stating that we have no evidence of overprinting. There's no signs of anything. Numbers are great. Everything. Magic's our backbone. There's been no acknowledgement of a single misstep. They think they're doing, perfect work. And I think because of that, it's leading Bank of America to double down saying these people don't have a damn clue. And that's the vibe I'm getting right now. And again, like I told you all from the last 60, 90 days, everything that's happened from Q4 to January 1st of 2023, the biggest issue HASBRO has right now is they refuse to acknowledge and at least do something about it. It's not that this can't be corrected or the ship can't be just slowly tilted and kind of put back on course. It's the fact that they are literally just patting each other on the back like a circle jerk stupid thing saying, yeah, you're doing a great job. You're doing a better job. Please, don't talk to me like that. Your job is so, you're blowing it out of the water. Don't tell me I'm blowing out of the water. You're blowing so good I can't find the water. Wait, what the fuck are we talking about? The attitude and the disconnect. The president of Wizards of the Coast read Wikipedia to explain what Magic the Gathering was on a corporate conference call. On a conference call, she read fucking Wikipedia. The president of the company. Like, there's nothing else to talk about. She could be the greatest woman ever. But that tells me this woman does not have the skill set to manage something like a 30-year complex entity like Magic. If you have to read the definition to an analyst or a conference call, what the fuck? Anyways. So what does that mean? That tells me that the B of A analyst and whoever's doing that stuff, that tells me very clearly that they're still watching it and they are seeing no trend, no change in behavior. And of course, unrelated to Magic, the whole D&D thing and the open license and everything that happened. And it was, I think the article said like 30 or 50 or is it 30 to 50,000 people canceled their D&D subscription. That's a monthly fee. Do you realize how much money that is losing? So I guess the amount of people who canceled subscriptions in D&D was so great and the pushback was so extreme, they actually backpedaled. Now, whether it's a permanent backpedal, a temporary thing, waiting for the dust to clear and all of us to, have our short-term memory forget, and we all go back to our Facebooks and MySpaces and Silk Roads and Backpages, and, we all move on and say, oh, what were we talking about? Short attention spans, 2023. Maybe they're just waiting for us to move on, then they're going to come back with a vengeance against D&D. I don't know. But the fact that it was such a nasty response from the public, it forced a corporation to backpedal. That's fucking incredible. You can't acknowledge it's not incredible. So when I'm looking at this whole situation, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Magic the Gathering is continuing to be okay. It's not booming. I'm not going to say it's the greatest moment ever for Magic. I'm not going to say Hasbro's going to zero. Rudy's buying out HASBRO. I'm not going to say I secretly work for HASBRO. I'm not going to say I have any connections to anyone who's working there. Anyways, but what I am saying is, with all the problems and missteps, we have to leave emotion at the door, even though I'm like the most emotional person at it because I have heavy bags, I own shares, I own all their product. I'm telling you all, just because it's Costa Concordia and the magic ship is diagonal and the captain's not steering the ship, he's in the bar hitting on the chicks. Just because that is the current environment doesn't mean someone else can't step in and correct course. And I've said it 3 months ago, I said it a month ago, and I'm going to say it again. At any moment between the filming of this video and the next 2 years, we are going to see something change. It's going to happen. I just don't know when it's going to happen. But in my opinion, I can't legally say the guaranteed word on anything, especially on videos talking about my haircut. But if we are going to get some form of change at some point. It's just a matter of how long do they drag this thing into the ground and do damage to the brand, and how many people refuse to do anything or buy or step up or add. That's really all it comes down to. Magic as a whole is still marching forward. Now, we are still yet to see over the next 3, 4, 5 Magic releases in 2023, are we going to have tighter print runs? Cynthia Williams states there's no evidence of overprinting. Although secondary market shows every single product selling at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 cents on the dollar, it can't even hold its original price. I mean, is there anything in the last 2, 3 years that is a standard set that's really, I mean, that's my point. So, but it doesn't take much for the change to happen. And by the time you or I see the physical change, it's going to be too late. The market's going to reprice and things are going to move quickly. And that's what I'm keeping an eye out for. That's what I'm curious about. And overall, I remain skeptical that this Chris Cox and Cynthia Williams are going to keep their job over the next 5 years. I remain very skeptical that they are not going to implement major changes, print run reductions, or quantity of. I remain skeptical of them saying nothing's wrong, we're staying the course. I don't think that's going to hold true, and I do think continuous news is going to slowly slip out, or employees, there's going to be turmoil from within. Or I think outside entities, investors, private equity, a target to buy out the company, something's going to happen, because if B of A is right, and this thing drops to $35 a share, first of all, are they going to cut the dividend? Or is Hasbro going to pay like 8% dividend yield? Is it going to be like an 8 to 10% yield? Like, is the dividend going to go double? I mean, are they going to cut it? So that's the next thing. Are they going to cut dividends and try to raise cash? Or are they going to? I mean, there's so many unknowns. And then the next thing, if this thing gets so cheap, the market cap goes from 10 billion to 8 billion to 6 billion. If the market cap of this thing drops to 5, 4, 3, 2 billion, and the stock goes into $20, $30, $40, I mean, there's a point here where it's like, hold up. Like, this sucker's going to be a target. Something's going to happen. I'm telling you all. The value of the D&D, the Magic, the digital, the value of these entities, that these morons are just like, hey, let's spin the wheel. Hey, Bobby, get the bobs in the room. Take this dart, just chuck it against it, see if it splatters. These morons are going to get pushed out. That's why public companies have board of directors. That's why they have checks and balances. That's why, they can be voted out. You can have shareholder votes. You can have literally someone move in, take a big position on the shares. Hell, you can have literally a forced, you can have a hostile takeover. You can have somebody quietly building position. You could have literally insiders start getting against you. There's so many things that could happen. Okay? And I'm telling you all, even the doomsday scenario of Hasbro getting worse and worse, honestly, may not be a bad thing. Because if Hasbro stock actually collapses and goes from 50, it's like $60 to filming this. Let's say it goes to 50s again. Let's say it goes to 40s. Let's say it crashes to 30s or 20s. I don't think that's going to happen, but who the hell knows? But the thing is, if that does happen, you're talking a lot of brand value and opportunity at a very low market price, especially as the economy, I think, over the next couple of years continues to restabilize and march forward. And, I'm just saying, and I don't think, I have a hard time believing these people are going to keep their jobs. I have a hard time believing that they're going to sit there and just let it burn, burn, burn. So that's the thing with Hasbro. I know I feel like I'm so burnt out talking about the Hasbro thing, but that's where it's at. And again, there's a lot of things to be kind of positive about. Okay? We are seeing signs the Magic market is stabilizing. Okay, the last few Magic releases all will be 69. Dominaria Remastered, even Brothers War. Brothers War is a standard set. All will be 69. Phyrexia is a standard set. I mean, so far, the collector boxes, the draft, and the set are holding up fine. Don't talk about Jumpstart or Commander. But I mean, they're holding fine. And, if that can continue, and they don't dump more reprints and dump more pallets that they're sitting on of the Phyrexian collector boxes, if that's it, and the market's actually stable and they didn't knock it to the ground, you're going to see a huge change in the market, folks. And that's going to spill over to other sets, other categories, and it's going to spill over to the behavior and credibility of Wizards and Hasbro. And I've been telling y'all for a while, I don't know when it's going to happen. But sometime in 2023, they are going to do a system shock to the market. I'm telling you, whether it's going to be Phyrexia, all be 69 collector boxes, and they're quietly not going to release more, and the price is going to go strong, and everyone's going to be like, holy crap, Magic is back. That's a possibility. Or the next set, they are going to shock us. There's going to be a set release, and they're going to tighten the print run, and they're going to be like, that's it. And the market's going to go nuts. We just don't know when, and we don't know how they're going to surprise us. But I assure you all, just like your ex, just like that thing, never mind. I assure you all, it's coming. And I do mean it's coming in a giggity way. And no, I won't get a haircut. Hope you learned something. Have a beautiful day.